of your business and learning how to turn them. Oh, it just started. I'm still learning this whole Google Hangouts thing. But today we're going to be talking about learning how to turn the gears of your business, because I'm a very visual learner. And I feel like this is what stalls a lot of people in their business growth, because just from thinking about it, and I'm probably missing some. I wrote them down. I'm trying to be organized for you guys. I'll do organization. All right, so if you're not, I'm hoping that you can see this. This is what I'm talking about by gears. My kids have several toys that are like this, but say you're trying to like work this one gear over here, but all these others, they're not moving. You're not working these gears. They're not like oiled up. They're not, you're just working this one gear. Okay, that's what we do often in our business, and it's not going to get us anywhere if you're just running on one of the gears. Okay. All right, so let's talk about some of these gears in our business. First of all, I think that number one needs to be your PRS. Like it just does, because your PRS is such a good indicator of how healthy your gears are running. My personal goal is to get where my PRS is a healthy 3,000 at least as a base per month. That's my goal as a leader. That's my goal. Okay. Because it says that your gears, I'm trying to get situated here, are running smoothly. If your PRS is high, that means that your customer base group is going well. It means that your client outreach, that means that your personal growth and development, that means all of that stuff has to work for you to have a high PRS. So that needs to be our number one. We need to make sure that you're hitting your PRS, and what that means is focusing on that, where that is your number one goal. And so whenever you set that as your goal, you work it until you figure it out. Does that make sense? Like you're not thinking of all that other stuff. You need to think about, okay, I need to get $500 in PRS to have a leadership status. You have to have at least 500. And my husband's walking up. What are you looking for, baby? I don't know where it is. But you have to have at least 500 PRS. So I just want you to focus on it, and you just do it. I mean, you figure out a way to do it. You get your what, and then you figure out your how. Okay. As in goals. Posting. Oh my goodness. If this is a virtual business. This is a business that is virtual. Okay. So that means that your market is global. You will not get anywhere if you post once a month. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't learn how to post, and learn how to post like good stuff. I mean, it's okay. Like when I first started, I look back at my posts and they were horrible. They were so bad. I mean, I was just pulling graphics from here and there and everywhere, but which is fine. Like when you're first starting, I just Google search stuff and I Pinterest everything, and that's perfectly fine. But I broke all of the laws of growing your business and getting better at what you do. So it's okay to just start now, but you have to post in your customer base group. You have to at least once a day. No more than 3 if you can help it. No more than 3. And getting better at what you post. Posts that are engaging, posts that draw attention, learning how to interact with your clients, building those relationships with your clients, all of that stuff. Is all about posting, because a lot of the posts will get conversations started, and it's just a lot of fun, and it gets pretty funny talking back and forth with your clients. Okay, so we have growing your PRS and posting. All right, third, parties. I tried to ignore this because I was thinking, and I talked about this with my team the other day. Because I was like, most of my sales come from my customer base group. Parties, I don't need them. Like right now, I'm just going to take a break. And that's really what has hurt my business over the last several months, because it just does. I'm not going to go into all of that. It just does. You'll have presenters that join your team from parties that you've done in the past. You'll have more presenters that join from your friend circle and stuff. And if you're not working your tail off to get outside of your circle, it will eat up your PRS, because it will eat up your customer base. But parties, because this company is virtual, and so your network, your customer base is global, these parties are fantastic at gaining your audience. And for more information on parties and stuff, you can study Kara Newton's party training. Like, it is phenomenal. But you're wanting to be able to get out of your, like, I live in Gaffney, South Carolina. And so I want my customer base group to be in New Mexico, in Colorado, in Alaska, in Canada, and you know, Australia. So I have to do parties, because whenever you do a party, that lady is going to add friends from all over, you know, her network. And you develop those relationships, and they become your customer base. Parties are essential to growing your business. Next is sponsoring. So we have growing your PRS, posting, parties, sponsoring. Fourth gear. This is the most fun and rewarding part of the business. You cannot exceed past yellow status without sponsoring. And part of being a sponsor is learning how to be a good sponsor, learning how to be supportive and encouraging to your team, and inspiring to your team. But it's so much fun. That's probably I love all the aspects of this business. But sponsoring is, I just love it. It's so much fun because you just gain so many new friends. And being able to watch your team excel and succeed, and every time, like, it's wonderful being able to pour yourself into your team, because whenever you see them succeed, it pushes you forward, but you don't even have to focus on yourself, because it's just fun. It's just fun. So if you're going to grow in this business, if you're going to at all, you have to learn about sponsoring. You have to excel in that area. Follow up is another gear, and all of these are making up gears, okay? Following up with your clients. Following up with people that have asked you in the past about sponsoring. I don't care if it was like a month ago or 2 months ago or 3 months ago. Those are the best to follow up with. Following up with the clients, that maintains a rapport of people that have purchased from you from different parties, especially whenever those people are in Colorado, or, you know, well, some of you may be from Colorado, but I'm not. But especially whenever they're from all over the place. It builds that relationship, maintains that rapport, builds that trust, lets them know that you are not just after the sale, because we have a business that people come back and purchase again every single month or every other month, and it's the best because you build that trust and that relationship, but it's also residual income. But if you're not following up, you're going to lose that client to another presenter, because they fail know the product, but they don't know you from Adam, so they're going to go to whoever is closest to them. Or they're going to probably Google search a unique presenter, and that would be the worst. So following up with your clients is huge. If you don't, it's basically just starting your business over every single stinking month. I mean, you're starting from scratch. For information on following up, you can also YouTube that with Kara Newton. She did a fantastic training on that, and so many others. Growing your customer base group. This is another gear in growing the community in your customer base group, growing the relationships in your customer base group, getting better with your posting also falls into this, but you're growing your customer base group needs to be a focus and a gear in your business. And then, and that means the numbers from the parties that you've had, or from different ways that you can brainstorm and grow numbers in your group. There's so much information on that you can research as well. And then personal development, learning about all of those different things, learning how to be better at follow-up, learning how to be better at your conversations with your clients, learning how to be professional, learning how to see this as your business and not like a sales position, or I don't know. There's so many things that you can, so many mindsets that you can think of this business that will be detrimental to your growth and to your client relationships. So personal development is huge, 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 huge. And that's another gear in our little machine that you build here in your machine de job of Unique. All right. So what I'm saying is, so many people will focus strictly on sponsoring. Their only focus is sponsoring, and they're just going to go to the top just through sponsoring. And you can't do that, because that gear is not going to turn if none of these others are turning. And one of the best ways to sponsor is by being fantastic at your job and by excelling at your job and by people recognizing that you are having a blast. And so these gears flow together. Growing your customer base group. That is wonderful for a day of focus, but it cannot be the one gear that you focus on for a long period of time. There are different things with these gears. The other thing about these different aspects of the job, if you ever get discouraged in, I can't get anybody to host a party, nobody's responding to me because nobody wants to host a party right now. So what? Take a break. If you're exhausted by thinking about that, take a break. I mean, you can work on growing your customer base group. You can work on personal development. You can work on getting your post ready and saved up and stored up for parties in the future. There are so many aspects of this job that you can pour yourself into so that you're not getting overwhelmed and stressed out because one of these gears does not want to turn at that moment. Just because it doesn't want to turn it right then does not mean that it's not going to be working in the future. It just means give it a break right now and move on to something else. Just like I have to tell my son whenever he's doing his math and he can't figure out this one problem and he's stressing out and he's wanting to scream and he's throwing stuff because that's what you do apparently. But don't save that problem, circle it, and come back to it. Because if you give your brain a rest on it, same with this business, if you rest your brain on thinking about it for a little while and you come back to it, you're like, oh, duh, I didn't even think about, trying it. That looks kind of funky. I didn't even think about, going at that angle and hosting, or at that angle and filling that collection, or that angle and grow my customer base group. There's so many different things that we can focus on with this business, and it is a hoot. So there should never be a reason for you to get just overwhelmed and discouraged because one of the gears or two of the gears or three of the gears aren't working. Work on your selfies, work on your posting ability, work on your likability. We had shared that in our group yesterday about Taylor Swift's likability rating and stuff, and the different things that she does, and she stays away from controversial things and just a lot of different things. But you need to work on your likability because that's huge with a virtual business. So anyways, whenever you're oiling all these different gears at once, your machine is starting to just go. And it's not, this business is never I'm racing to yellow. I can't focus on anything but I've got to get yellow and I'm going to hit yellow. And because there are going to be 5 days that pass without a single sale. Like S-E-L-L, not C-E-L-L. Anyway, it's just not funny. And so there are days that pass. There are 2 weeks that can pass without a single sale. I keep thinking biology whenever I say that, but for real. And it can be discouraging and deflating if that's what you're focused on, if that's the only gear that you're focused on at that time. So what? This is a machine that works together. If you feel like you're not getting any sales right now, work on your posting. Think about it. There have been many times that I've been thinking, I haven't had any sales in days, and I think back, what have I been posting about? And I realized that my posts may have become more salesy than usual instead of engaging. And you want to make sure that your posts are engaging, and that's part of personal development. You can be discouraged and not know where to go next. Go to personal development. There is so much information that you cannot get overwhelmed on, that you could actually get overwhelmed on YouTube. There's so much training and materials there. But my point is, all of these gears work together. And whenever you are, working this one, and then you're working this one, and then you're working this one, and then you're working this one, it ends up just naturally coming. It's just like if I went into McDonald's to work and all I did was stand at the cash register. And I did nothing else. I just stood there and said, hey to my client, the people that walked in. I'm not doing any of the job that comes with it. These are the different steps of this job to be successful. And if you're not doing all of them, you're going to be stuck. So I hope this helps. Hope you guys have a fantastic day and love you. Bye.